y'all, my name's Sarah and this is my channel, the Sassy Bookworm. So today I'm going to be doing a tag video. No, I was not tagged by anyone, but that's okay. Tag videos aren't really for tagging anymore. You just do them to do them, okay? It's fine. So today I'm going to be doing the rapid fire book tag. So this tag was created by Girl Reading. I'll leave the link to her original video down below in the description. It's basically just kind of like a quick book tag to kind of get some quick questions out. It's more of like initial reactions. So I'm gonna try to keep some of my answers short, but if you have any questions about them, we can talk in the comments down below. So anyway, let's get into this book tag. So the first question is ebook or physical book? Now I am physical book all the way. I've read some ebooks on my phone, like on iBooks. Like I read the Unenchanted series on there because the paperbacks were so expensive and I could just get them on there for cheaper. So I've read that series on there. That's about the only series I've got on there. I've got like novellas that are only ebooks on there, but besides that I am full physical book. I like having the book in my hand. I like being able to flip through it. I feel like there's a lot more enjoyment in holding your book and feeling the pages. I feel like you feel closer to your characters. I mean, I'm not gonna hate on ebooks. Some people read better with ebooks, so either way it's not that big of a deal, but my personal preference is physical. The second question is paperback or hardcover? Now with this question I've seen a lot of people say paperback because they like to read them more, but I'm gonna be different here and say hardcover because I like my book to be able to travel well with me, because most of the time I will carry a purse to carry my book in it. If I have a paperback then I worry that the cover's gonna get scratched or the pages will get bent. So I like hardcover so I can just slide them in there. And another thing with paperback books is the spine breaks really easily on them, and I don't like that. I hate when spines break on books. I just think it messes up the whole like cover of it. But I'm gonna say hardcover. I like the way they feel. I like the way that they travel well. So hardcover all the way. Third question, online or in-store book shopping? I'm gonna say online. Yes, everyone loves to go to bookstores, but shopping online you can get books for a lot cheaper. You're more likely to find them and actually buy them online if they're cheaper, whereas if you're in a bookstore you don't want to pay that much at that time. So I'm gonna say online shopping because that's where I do most of my book shopping. The fourth question, trilogies or series? Now with this question I think it kind of depends. Personally I'm gonna say series because with trilogies, when you know it's gonna be a trilogy, usually the first book is really good and then the last book is really good. The middle book is usually like a in-between, I guess you could say, like when they make movies and they make a movie that really didn't have to be made but they want to put in some like little extra stuff into it. So I'm gonna say series for this one because with series they're usually gonna carry the story all the way through. You may have a book that's not as like good as the other ones, but they don't really feel like in-between books because you're gonna have a different story with every book, basically like a different plot line, a different situation. Now don't get me wrong, I read trilogies all the time. Trilogies are great, but I'm just saying series I feel like you get more with. Fifth question, heroes or villains? So with this one I'm gonna pick heroes because I feel like heroes, they have more character building. I really like to see characters develop like that. With villains, most of the time, unless it's a book about the villain or the villain's like really big in the story, then the villain doesn't really get that much character development. They're evil all the way through. But with heroes, you see them overcome stuff. You see them overcome certain obstacles, defeat the villain, so definitely gonna say heroes. Number 6, a book you want everyone to read. For this one, I'm going to choose the Chronicles of Narnia series. I really enjoyed these books when I read them. I didn't read them as a kid. I read them like probably in high school, I wanna say, maybe last middle school, I don't remember. Of course, everyone knows the Chronicles of Narnia. You've probably seen the movies if you haven't read the book, but it follows certain characters in certain books. Like the main characters change in some of these. These books are kind of like Christian retelling books, I guess. C.S. Lewis was really big in Christianity, and I really enjoyed these books because it kind of like depicts some certain things like that happen in the Bible or things that are like prophesized. Like the last battles, kind of like Revelation friends. So I definitely suggest these, not only because they're like Christian retellings, I guess is what you could call them, but they are really magical and I really enjoy that about them. So yeah, go pick up the Chronicles of Narnia. Number 7, recommend an underrated book. So for this one, I'm going with a series again because I read a lot of series. So this one is technically 2 trilogies because they're technically different series, but they're in the same world, and in the very last book, the worlds kind of come together, and they're both by Kelly Armstrong. So the first trilogy in it is the Darkest Powers trilogy. The second trilogy in the series is called the Darkest Rising trilogy. I really enjoy these books. I probably enjoyed these just as much as I enjoyed the first trilogy. So without spoiling it too much, I'm just going to tell you that it's about a group of teens with like certain powers. They have certain abilities, antagonists that are really bad. You've got shapeshifters, you've got wizards, we've got everyone. I definitely suggest it. I haven't seen it much of anywhere on BookTube, honestly. So this is my recommendation for a underrated book series. Number 8, the last book you finished. So the last book I actually finished was City of Heavenly Fire. And guys, I was so late to this bandwagon. Like, I literally just read these last month. I really enjoyed them. Definitely go pick them up if you haven't read them yet. The 9th question is, what was the last book you bought? So technically the last book I bought was this Hunger Games coloring book that I found at Walmart. I haven't bought like a book in a while. Like, the last one I would consider that would be this Once Upon a Time graphic novel, Out of the Past. It follows some of the characters from the show. It kind of tells about their past in the old world before Storybrooke. Number 10, the weirdest thing you've used as a bookmark. Honestly, I don't even know. I have so many bookmarks that I usually end up using an actual bookmark. The weirdest thing I would say would probably be a pay stub, because I have used a pay stub before as a bookmark. Question 11. Used books, yes or no? I am definitely gonna say yes to this. Used books are definitely cheaper than new books, and when I shop for used books, I look for books that are in good condition. I don't buy used books that have been through a rough time. Books are just better off not being used or read. I'm gonna say yes to this question because used books aren't that big of a deal, and sometimes you come across a certain gem that has like writing in it from someone, and it's really interesting to see like their point of view if they're like trying to review it or something. So yes to used books. Question number 12, your top 3 favorite genres. For this one, I'm technically gonna say 4, but I'm gonna put 2 of them in like the same group. So I'm gonna say supernatural / paranormal because I don't really know the difference, and I'm sure that I've read both of them. And then I'm gonna say fantasy and magical realism because I really like to see magic in the real world. I'm gonna say those 3 are probably my favorite genres. Question number 13, borrow or buy? Buy. Just buy all the way. I don't like borrowing books because if I like the story, then I want the book that I read to keep. Does that make sense? Number 14, characters or plot. So with this one, I'm gonna say characters. I feel like I'm more likely to read a book and finish it if I like the characters in it because I really like dialogue. Character development is something I really enjoy in a book, like I said with the heroes versus villains thing. I feel like if I like the plot, I'll probably finish the book too. But if the characters aren't as interesting, then I probably won't finish it because I like to relate to the characters. Question number 15, long or short book. With this one, it really depends. If I'm reading a series, then I want for shorter books, unless something's really going down, then make the book as long as you can. And I enjoy like longer standalones so that you can get everything that you need to in the book without having to wonder if there's another book coming out when you know there's not. So for this one, I'm gonna say short for series, long for standalone. Question 16, long or short chapters. Short chapters are easier to get through. They're better for like breaking points. Like if I'm reading a book and I'm in the middle of a chapter but I gotta go somewhere, I don't want to stop reading. With short chapters, you can read through that chapter real quick and then stop and then come back later and read through the other chapter real quick. So short chapters. Question 17, the first 3 books that you think of. Vampire Academy, the Hollow series, and City of Heavenly Fire because it's sitting here. Number 18, do you prefer books that make you laugh or cry? With this one, I'm gonna choose cry because it doesn't take much to laugh at something, but I feel like if a book hits you enough to where you cry, then it's definitely a good book. If it puts that feeling into you of just utter sadness or joy, really, where you just want to cry or you do cry, then I think it automatically makes the book greater. I really enjoy books that make me cry because I feel like I have more of a connection with them because of how deep they go. So definitely gonna say cry for this one. Question number 19, our world or fictional worlds? I'm definitely gonna say fictional worlds. I like the idea of magic being in the world, and our world just doesn't have that much magic in it. Question number 20, audiobooks, yes or no? I'm definitely gonna say yes for this one. I really like listening to audiobooks on my way to work in the morning. It helps keep me awake and it kind of helps books go through quickly. So audiobooks, definitely. Question number 21, do you ever judge a book by its cover? Yes. Everyone does at some point. If I see a pretty cover, I'm more likely to pick it up to see what it's about. Question number 21, book to movie or book to TV show? I'm definitely gonna say book to TV show with this because I feel like if you have a TV show, you're more likely to cover more of the subjects that are in the book. With a movie, there's more of a chance that they're gonna cut out something really important, like characters. Question number 23, a movie or TV series that you prefer to its book? With this one, I'm gonna say The Pretty Little Liars because I have not read all of these books, which I probably will sometime, but I really wasn't into the book because I watched the TV series first and I think that played a big part in it. And the last question is question 24, standalones or series? This one kind of depends because I really love both of them. I think they both serve a different purpose for me. With series, I like to marathon my series, so most of the time I'll read series that already have all of the books out so I can marathon them. But I really like standalones in between my series, so I'm not just marathoning one after one after one. I'm kind of reading a series and then I read a standalone and then I'll read another series and then another standalone just so I have a bit of a break between them. Alright guys, so that's all of the questions to the rapid fire book tag. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Go check out Girl Reading's original video. If you have any more like questions about my answers or if you want to talk about them, comment down below. We'll have a great conversation about them. Hit that like button to show me you like these videos and subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. I have some more coming up. So until next time, I'll see you guys then. Bye. On my way to... Anyway.